say I don't like cricket. Oh no, I love it. I don't like cricket. Oh no, I love it.
Good afternoon and welcome to 52 Beers to Oman. It is day 9 of the ICC 2020 World Cup from the UAE and Oman. And I am Kieran Beefy Blake, the world's biggest sports fan. And with me, as always, the Umpire Strikes Back, Cricket Victoria's own Bharath Rao. Bharath, mate, how are you going?
Beefy, I've seen better days.
Well,
been copying it all day about the match that, I think it was all in the imagination. I don't think it really happened.
Well, if you're an Indian Manchester United fan today, you'd be better off not leaving the house, I reckon, and not turning on any social media whatsoever because you've had an absolute nightmare.
I think it's all in the imagination. The rest of the world is going to wake up tomorrow and find out that they've all been dreaming.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, we're going to dispel that myth right now because we're going to go through some of the results from last night's games. It did kick off with a really, really close contest, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Bangladesh 171 for 4. Sri Lanka got on with 7 balls to spare. Sharith Asalanka batted exceptionally well, smashed it absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, and Bhanuka as well. It was his birthday to notch a half century was good. They were in trouble at one stage. I think they were 79 for 4 and absolutely battling.
Yeah.
These young ones, they came all guns blazing. No fear cricket from Sri Lanka.
Yeah. And I thought when Shakib came on and went wicket, one, I thought that was it for Sri Lanka. But bit of strange captaincy, weirdly enough. Didn't get Shakib back on to tie him down a bit more, and it ended up the momentum went back to Sri Lanka and, ultimately cost them the game, to be honest.
Yeah, it was shocking. And there was a bit of steam to begin with as well. Did you see the wicket that Lahiru Kumara took? And then they got into a bit of an altercation with the batsmen. So it was a very tense game and close game.
I had a quick look at that. That's a great photo of what was going on, and there's a bit of back pointing going in there as well. So I don't know if there's any history between those two. You probably know more than me.
I think there were a couple of things that were being said. He threw the ball back to the keeper, which was a bit too close to the batsman and so on in his follow through.
Yeah.
And a few things were being said. And look, I feel that the more things are said, the more people are going to get upset.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it wasn't Lytton Das's best day ever as a cricketer. Dropped 2 absolute. Well, I'm not going to. Well, in international cricket, they are sitters. Let's face it. You should catch them. And he only got 16 with the bat, and he's got into a bit of an altercation. So he's cost him the game, really. The old Lytton Das.
He did. And those 2 catches would have just put the nail in the coffin for Sri Lanka, and they were just trying to get back into the game.
Now we move on. Go on.
So the fielding coach is going to have a bit of work to do with them.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to India, Pakistan. What started the day off was there was these tweets kicking around. Now Harsh Goenka apparently is I don't know if he's a politician or he's in the political scene. He started putting out these tweets. Breaking news, Pakistan has won the toss and decided to take the coin back to Pakistan to improve their economy. And apparently that started flying around Twitter all across Indian politicians and everything else. So obviously the Pakistanis had the last laugh. Hamza Humayun put the nail in the coffin, says, record set today. It is the only win of Pakistan by 10 wickets in any T20 international, not just in the World Cup, any T20 international. And it is the loss of the only loss by India by 10 wickets to any side. So it wasn't just a win. It was a blue bloodbath. Old Hamza putting the nail in the coffin.
Look, they're not too wrong there. When it started and India lost the toss, the thing in that ground is you win the toss, you win the game with the due factor. Having said that, it wasn't a 150 wicket. There was no demons when India were batting. There was no reason for them to not put up 180, which would have been a winning score or would have put a bit more pressure on Pakistan. And wasn't meant to be. Reminded me of the great Wasim Akram with the devastating spells he used to come up with. This time it was another left-hander, Afridi, literally put the stuffing out in the power play.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's going to be part of plays of the day. I like this photo. This is a cracking selfie. That's reminiscent of the Oscars, but look at the joy on those Pakistani faces there. That's pretty phenomenal. Now, we have a new leader. Obviously, Bavuma is 3 hats, 3 sunglasses, and 1 hat tucked down the bottom of his pants there. We've got a new World Cup leader in hat wearing. Mamadullah, 4 hats.
Yes, I saw that yesterday, and I was thinking of you going Bavuma and Mamadullah.
Now,
man of many hats.
There's clearly some sort of underground hat wearing competition going on. So I think Owen Morgan, he's quite famous for wearing 3 hats. So I'm putting money on Owen Morgan wearing 5 hats at some stage during England's next game, because the hat wearing league, Mamadullah, 4 hats. So it's gonna get crazy. And then when Morgan wears 5, you're gonna get Kohli with 6. There's going to be all sorts going on. So watch this space in the hat wearing contest.
Good time to be a hat maker.
Yeah, that's right. By the end of the tournament, there's going to be somebody wearing all 11 hats.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you caught this last night. This is Virat Kohli's press conference reacting to quite an interesting question from one of the press gallery.
It's a very brave question. What do you think, sir? What do you think the team? No, at least I played the team that I thought was the best. What is your opinion? Will you drop Rohit Sharma from T20 internationals? Will you drop Rohit Sharma? You know what he did in the last game that we played? Yeah. Unbelievable. So if you want controversy, please tell me before so I can answer accordingly.
Hi, Bharath. I'm Sabira Pasha. I wanted to ask you, was India...
So, yes. Virat Kohli. He literally got asked whether he will drop Rohit Sharma from the team. One of his best mates as well.
One of his best mates. And after this tournament, Indian captain, I'm putting my money on him to be the T20 India captain. So
pretty sure.
He's won 5 IPLs as captain. So there's no doubting his credentials. It just wasn't meant to be. He just came up against a better player on the day.
Yep. No, don't disagree with that. I think the 2 openers batted fantastically well. It was just their day. And how many times have we said it through this tournament so far? If you have a good day in 2020 cricket, you're probably going to win.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a quick look at the highlights, the plays of the day from day 8.
Oh, out! What a beauty! He's on absolute fire! This is just too easy. It is an exhibition of striking. That's a lunker. It is just out of the sweet spot for sure. Sensational. Oh, gone, surely gone, yes! Absolutely plumb! Oh, out! What a beauty! He's on absolute fire! They cannot play him! Both openers are gone. Does he get it through? He gets past extra cover, he gets it past mid-off. Nobody in the game plays the extra cover drive better than Virat Kohli does.
I'm not quite sure whether that last one, Virat Kohli, a cover drive, is play of the day somehow, but there we go. It's I think they're pandering to the Indian fans there just to make up for a bit of a loss.
And it was a brave innings. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Live? Yeah, he almost dragged India into a bit more of a manageable situation. 150 was looking. It was a good knock by him. not good enough, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah, he had wickets falling around him as well. And after losing the two openers pretty cheap, it's that's the way he bats anyway. He very rarely throws his wicket away. He's not reckless. So, he bats sensibly, but he bats quickly because he can beat the field like you just saw. So we'll quickly jump into the groups. This is how Group 1 looks like right now. England, after smashing the West Indies, obviously top of the group by a massive net run rate. And I've put Group 2 in there just for balance. Bharath, there it is. Pakistan, top of the group. So we can quickly move into what is coming up.
One thing before we move on, Beefy, is it was at least in the group stages. Better to get it out now than in a knockout game.
Yeah.
The loss to Pakistan.
Oh, exactly right. Yeah. So looking quickly at the odds, there's only one game today, Afghanistan versus Scotland. Now, Afghanistan $1.31 favourites for that one. Not really surprising the way Afghanistan have gone about their business in the warm-up games, and Scotland have had to fight their way through the qualifiers. Group 2 winning bets, or the odds, I should say. Pakistan are now favourites, $1.83. If you remember yesterday, before the India-Pakistan game, India were $1.57 to win that group. So how things have changed. I think New Zealand have drifted out of that Group 2 winning because of Pakistan's form.
True. It could change very quickly. Pakistan could have a bit of a collapse. Had they batted first yesterday, could have been a different story. I mean, there are a lot of probabilities, so it's not a surprise. We are going to see the odds change every game.
Oh, definitely. Every game we will. The one thing is, we haven't yet seen New Zealand play. I am wearing the All Black shirt tonight because we're still waiting. We're still waiting for the Black Caps to actually get on the field.
They'll be a handful, I feel, in these conditions.
The only thing letting them down is their frontline spinner is going to be Mitch Santner, who I really don't rate, even though he's got a fairly decent 2020 record. I just can't see those guys with a seam-heavy attack really bowling sides out.
It could. I don't know if I 100% agree with that, Beefy. Even though they have a seam attack, they're all very different. You look at Bolt, Southee, huge swing. They almost sometimes take the pitch out of the equation.
Yeah.
And then you have Jamieson, who's a tall Gulliver sort of person who comes in and pounds down. It'll be very awkward to face on those tracks. Even though they may not have spinners like other teams, they would still be a handful.
Yeah. Bit of movement in the top run scorer betting. Babar Azam is now $7 favourite. Obviously, Shakib Al Hassan was favourite before last night. He's dropped back to $11. Virat Kohli, 8-1. Mohammad Rizwan, who top scored last night, he is now $10. In the wicket takers, Shakib Al Hassan has now firmed a little bit more money coming for him. He's come in to $4. Josh Davey is still $7, amazingly, the Scotsman. Adil Rashid, after taking 4 for 2, $11. And if you look at Shaheen Afridi, after his blistering spell last night, $13. Our man, Rashid Khan, this is unbelievable. $17 to be top tournament wicket taker. I'm looking at that, looking at it big time.
Yeah. Rashid Khan, I'd be surprised if he isn't there in the top 3.
Yeah. I think after tonight's game, I reckon that $17 could well come into about the Adil Rashid mark, $11, probably even shorter, because I've got a feeling Rashid Khan may well go through the Scots tonight. Now, after last night's game, this is the outright winners market. India, after firming into $2.80, have drifted to $3.75. England have come in, weirdly enough, to $4 after India got beat. And Pakistan have basically halved their odds to $4.20 to win the whole thing. New Zealand have drifted to $8.50 without even playing. I have no idea what that's about. There is now money for Sri Lanka after beating Bangladesh last night. who have also drifted from $51 to $91, but the Lankies have come in to $26. So there's been some money for Sri Lanka. Now, we've had some fun with some of the songs, some of the theme tunes, you know, some of the things going on. We have both looked at Afghanistan as a bit of a dark horse, so I thought it's time to bring in some Afghan music. This is the Afghani cricket song from the Afghani Sports Commission. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. Anyway, let's have a look.
Afghanistan, Afghanistan, Ganji miyane vairana ho, faryad sabze farzana ho, zakhmi daste begana ho, firuzi azane mas, firuzi azane mas, firuzi azane mas, firuzi azane mas. Bakul kashta amma babish, با دست بسته اما بپیش، با عزم محکم اما درست، دلها شکسته اما بپیش. پیروزی از آن ماست، پیروزی از آن ماست، پیروزی از آن ماست، پیروزی از آن ماست. Afghanistan, Afghanistan, Afghanistan.
There you go.
Are my eyes deceiving me, or did I see Freddie Flintoff in there?
I don't know what that was about. I think they just dragged some other stuff in there. I don't think Freddie's got anything to do with Afghani cricket, unfortunately. I bet he does. I bet he wishes he does. Anyway, I did see something. They were previewing Pakistan's upcoming game against Afghanistan. And it was just, here it is, East Pakistan versus West Pakistan. That was the headline. Anyway, we have got one game tonight, Afghanistan-Scotland. Tomorrow sees the battle of the big losers, South Africa versus West Indies. But Pakistan versus New Zealand, we're finally going to see the Black Caps play against the new group favourites. Pakistan, that is tomorrow night. So we've got a bit of time to wait for that. Who are you going for tonight? Can Scotland cause an upset?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be Afghanistan all the way.
I think you're right. Even
the Graves might have a say, and Kudzer has come into form at the right time, the captain, and Barrington is in good form. I mean, we've been wrong before, but I think Afghanistan's going to win.
Yeah, well, you have more than me. But, mate, I'm going to let you stew for another 24 hours on Pakistan's crushing victory over India. We'll be back with 52 beers to Oman. Same time, same place tomorrow. Bharath, have a good night, fella. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Speak soon. Bye.